Welcome back. This is Geeks Like Us, week number 9.
Yep.
Today, we're going to take a look at Manhunter 31, a comic that's been canceled twice and saved from extinction by its loyal fans.
And yet we can't get Firefly back on the friggin' air.
Poor Joss Whedon.
Dollhouse, coming out this fall. Anyway, over to Manhunter. What'd you think, Nate?
It's very good. I enjoyed it. It's one of those books where, you show me the list of stuff we're going to read for the week, and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't even know who this person is. I have no clue who she is. I don't know if I even care about her.
And yet you're a DC fan.
I know, which is the weirdest part, because it's like Manhunter. This isn't Martian Manhunter. Dude's not green.
No,
so
not Martin
I don't know who this is.
And dude's a chick.
Yeah, that's everything too. It's a girl. Well, anyway,
It's a girl.
I read it.
You gotta look at the chest. And the
That's
hips.
true.
And the
They
face.
don't like it when you do that.
Yeah, that's also true. What are you thinking? Anyway,
Back to the comic.
Back to the comic. The art was okay, not my favorite style. The story, though, was very good. I was actually caught up in it really quick. The nice thing about this one, it's an issue 31, but it's a good starting point because they give you like 2 or 3 pages of origin.
The comic's been canceled enough times, they make sure you recap real quick right in the beginning.
But it was a good recap. I'm actually interested in her backstory. I'm interested in where she's going with this. She's, I don't know, just a very intriguing character to me. I'm glad to see it didn't get canceled, because
it wasn't so long and drawn out of a recap that you're going through like, oh god,
more
origin story of somebody I just don't care about.
It's good. This is how she got this. This is how she got this, and this and this, and now back to the real story, and it's very good. I liked it.
The villain, over the top, hokey. I mean, my only big complaint with this, I didn't know who she was going into it. I asked Mike just like you said. I'm like, is this some chick picking up where Martian Manhunter left off or something? But my big complaint was you look at the cover of the comic and you just kind of flip through it, the fight with the villain stuff, and at times it seems very much like you've picked up, oh, free comic book day. I'll just pick this up and set it on the back of my toilet and read it when I get time. Man, I really don't want to read this on the back of my toilet. Whatever. It was a better story than that, though.
Yes, it was a better story, way better story.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything like
nothing like that.
I mean, visually, that's what it looks like when you first see it.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
But it still wasn't a story that was big enough that I'm hooked in and I care what happens to her. For something to pick up and watch one little adventure, it wasn't torturous. I didn't feel like somebody was gouging my eyes out with spoons.
Well, I didn't do my job correctly then.
Oh,
It's definitely worth
Here
checking
comes
out.
a wave.
Look out for next week.
It's definitely worth checking out, though.
It is. I've had many people tell me that they've loved Manhunter throughout the numerous times that it's been released, and yet I've never given it a shot. I know there are 4 trade paperbacks out right now, and at some point I might get around to reading them, but at least I read this, and I really enjoyed it. Normally this art style is not for me at all. It's far too much ink for what I like to see. But it did help draw me in, and I know she's not really, I don't think this character's really all about fighting the big baddies.
She's not.
She's more about...
Well, for example, because weren't they talking about like some big crisis that was going down? She's like, no, I'm going to find this missing person. The government asked her to do all this big, involved stuff, and she's like, no, there's a person missing. I'm finding
checking on. And I mentioned before, I think it was with Supernatural. I liked how they had the single father. The wife was dying, he was raising the kids and trying to deal with all this stuff. She is a single mother,
and her kid knows who she is, which is another kind of weird thing. That people close to her know her identity.
Kids TiVoing her fights on TV.
But how would you keep that away from
Well, I'm not saying you could,
really.
but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, this is definitely a device for villains to get knowledge of who this person is.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous, which could lead writers into a bunch of cool stuff, and anyway, pick it up. I'm probably going to pick up the next one just to kind of see what goes on. It did draw me in that much at least, so it's worth it.
It's not bad. Again, it's another one you lose nothing by picking one up.
So give it a shot. Definitely intriguing enough to probably make you want to keep reading it if it's your cup of tea. So there you go.
Speaking of cups of tea, you guys want to go get some?
Sure.
Well, we're off for today then. We're going to go have a spot of tea.
And a crumpet.
I don't know about a crumpet.
Oh, come on, crumpets are awesome.
Alright.
Scone?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll be back tomorrow. Check out our videos. If you're watching us now, you're probably watching us on YouTube.
Yep.
Check us out at myspace.com/Paradise Hobbies.
Yep.
Or check us out at paradisehobbies.com. We're always there and always on. So watch us.
Just for those of you who wonder, yes, we're in America. We're not English. We don't drink tea. By tea, Nathan meant beer. By crumpet, he meant steak.
Ooh, you're buying.
That's actually kind of true.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.